What's going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning in on another episode of Thinking with Thushanth. Today we have a special guest known as Sujhan Balachandran. Right?
That's the name. Don't wear it out.
Don't wear it out. So, guys,
my pleasure. My pleasure to be here, man.
So thank you for coming in. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we both work in this office.
Yes.
And we're shooting actually out of the boardroom ourselves, right? So,
and bro, the funniest thing is it was technically not even planned.
it wasn't.
Like, we just came in for a meeting, and then you just happen to have all your equipment, and this is the beauty of like what's a pop-up shop type of thing.
Yeah, essentially, right? So I brought in all the equipment because, as you guys might already know, I want to create more content, more podcast type of videos. I actually have to shoot my introduction video, letting all my subscribers know who I really am, why I got into the business, why I want to create content. While I was here setting up, our buddy Sujhan was here with his fitness element hoodie as well.
Came straight from the gym, actually, right? So it kind of worked out.
And yeah, we're like, why not jump right in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
My camera wants to fuck around, so we're gonna just focus on this camera now.
That works out perfectly.
That works out.
That's confusion. But speaking of which as well, because that was the beauty of it. Like, bro, like we were talking about this earlier, right? Like working out just gives you that clarity.
Yes.
Right? And I love it, bro. Like recently, you know how I have it in the middle of my day.
Yeah, you have it in your middle.
You too, right? What time do you usually work?
Brother, come on. Mine is at 2 o'clock. Yours is at 12.
No.
When you finish your workout, I'll walk in.
I know, we used to be able to bump into each other. Now it's
No.
a little bit more
because
overlap.
before, there was more of an overlap, right?
Yeah.
Where our Rob Fit, our trainer, would have our times very closely so that he would be in the gym maybe about, 45 minutes before me warming up. Essentially, that takes like 20 minutes itself.
Yeah.
And then when I get there, I don't like to warm up for as long, so we end up training just together, basically.
Literally,
Right?
that's the beauty of it, right? And then we realized as well as we were taking inventory that because we understood that this was so good for us, not just by the thought process of it, but by actually putting it in action.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing this for 3 months now, right?
Only 3 months.
We started September 1st.
We did, but then we had 1 week where, essentially from the starting point, it was from September 1st, but we had 1 week where I was sick, you were on a little trip, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't consistent for 3 months. However, for the larger part of the 3 months, we've been going at it, 4 sessions a week, you'd say?
Legit, man. So about 3 months, give or take, with the time off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And bro, how would you say you feel, man?
Bro,
An honest opinion.
I feel fucking amazing. So I feel like working out is what was missing out of my life. Again, I would have moments where I would work out a lot, get into shape, all aspects of my life would start to improve. Then I would get into a slump. And when I get into that slump, I would not continue to work out. And that would essentially lead to slumps in all other aspects of my life, right? Whether that's relationship with my friends, my career, whatever it is, right? I just felt down. But this time around, we've been very, very focused. And it's just been impacting all aspects of my life amazingly.
What was that? We literally take anything head on and be able to be like, yo, fuck that, I'm challenged, fuck it, we'll just keep going.
Exactly,
right?
And that separates the elite from the average people.
Yeah,
average people, a lot of the times I've come across people that are like, I can't do this, I'm not good at it, And I would literally stare at them and I'm like, why are you not good at it? It's like, oh, I'm not good at math because I never got good grades in math. I'm like, oh, so when you were getting these bad grades, did you always tell yourself you're bad at math? It's like, yeah, I knew I was bad at math. I'm like, that's the reason why you're getting bad grades in math or English or whatever it is.
Negative affirmations.
Yeah, you're telling yourself that you're not good at math. Of course, you're not going to be good at math.
Yeah.
But if you told yourself, math is not that difficult, I'm going to be great at math, and you went in with that mindset, right there, just with that mindset alone, you would have got a higher mark. Right?
Exactly.
And that concept is applicable to any aspect of your life, bro.
That's a beauty.
Self-belief, right?
Yeah.
Once you have the self-belief, bro, everything else is easy, right? And my last video, I was talking, no, not my last video, I was actually talking to someone about this, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be my last video, but I was mentioned by, guys, if you didn't see my last video, make sure you guys go and watch my last video, right? But I was just talking about people have boats, right? A lot of people I know have boats or looking into getting boats. And when I tell people, I want to get a boat, a lot of people are surprised. Like, yo, you're going to get a boat already? Blah, 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 blah. Then I started to tell people, yo, I'm going to get a jet. I'm going to eventually get a jet. And they looked at me like I'm crazy. Like I'm a crazy man. And I'm like, why do you guys not believe that I can get a jet, right?
Yeah.
They're like, yo, you know how much money that is? That's millions of dollars, like hundreds of thousands of dollars you're gonna spend on a jet. Like, yeah. Because I know how successful I'm gonna be, right? I know. And I feel like jet is not something that's not possible. I feel like it's just a jet, bro. It's just a jet. Why can't I get a jet?
Yeah.
I'll get a jet by the time I'm 35, right? So I'm going at it with that approach.
Yeah.
And when I mention it to guys like you know, my other boy Ken and stuff, we look at it as, oh, it's just another thing, right?
Yeah.
But the average person, man, don't think like that.
Well, and that's an interesting topic that you bring up, because the fact that it's nothing to blame with that mindset, but if you were to look back, trace it back to the roots, it's simple conditioning in society. Like 100%. Our parents have, and you know, especially our parents as
South Asian community.
South Asian community. I would say we're first generation here.
Essentially, yeah,
essentially, right?
Because 83 is when the war happened, and after 83 is when everyone started to immigrate from. Well, they actually came here as refugees first, right?
In the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Right? Yeah, so essentially we are part of the first generation here in Toronto. But regardless, bringing back that mentality of any sort of culture, they have that safety net or the security type of
9 to 5,
mindset, right?
9 to 5,
and
go to
there's
school.
nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong.
Nothing.
With that.
Because everyone is going to have a different perception of how they want their life to be. However, this is what I have a problem with, because I think we both faced this as we were being brought up.
Of course, yeah.
Was that when we did have that vision, we were toppled down by loved ones and family and friends nearby.
The ones that you think are your support system was no longer your support system.
Correct. Right? Now, this is where it became even more important, because again, we're not in a position to blame, because it's not anyone's particular fault.
I was not blaming. I was just putting the perspective of the average person. Like, it shocks me.
Yeah.
In terms of how many people think like that.
Correct.
And it just takes a switch to think like, you're thinking, why?
Yeah.
Right? But why aren't you thinking, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, why not get a jet?
Yeah, simple
why not?
tweak. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
But then coming back to that, it shows how important it is to seek out and surround yourself with like-minded people.
Bro, huge. Share with me when you had that realization, because I had that realization at a certain point in my life. I want to know when you had that realization where it's like you have to, like you said, seek out who you're surrounding yourselves with. Just like in my last video, the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? Yeah. Again, if you haven't watched it, make sure you guys watch that too. But
put a link in the bio.
Yeah, put a link in the bio.
That's what they do nowadays,
thing.
Right?
That's what they do, bro. You gotta, you know what they say, right?
What?
If it's not broken, why fix it?
That is true.
You don't need to reinvent the wheel. As long as it's working for all these other YouTubers, I know if I stay consistent, eventually.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
This is documented proof to be able to look back at, right?
Exactly.
That's
but without getting off topic, tell me that time when you had that realization where you're like, I want my support system to look like this. This is what my support system right now looks like. Yeah. When did you have that realization, and what steps did you take to go from here to here, essentially?
That's a beautiful question, bro. I would say approximately about a year and a half ago.